Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face on my girl Key, so let's get into it. First, I'm going to start off with doing some witch hazel just to clear off any oil and dirt on her skin. Now I'm going to take some Good Molecules eye cream to make sure her under eyes are nice and hydrated. This is what helps the best with any type of under eye creasing. And on top of that, I am a huge fan of Good Molecules. Since she has oily skin, I am going to use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, which is the best for that type of skin type. If you ever wonder why certain primers don't work on your skin type, you have to learn what type of skin you have. Some people have oily, combination, and then people have dry. Definitely invest in what works for you. For the brows, I like to use the Morphe eyebrow pencil in Chocolate Mousse. The way that I like to do my brows on all of my clients, I like to fill in the blanks in the back part of the eyebrow and then lightly touch up the front. For all of you at home, we're getting real close and personal. We're starting off with the back end of the eyebrow and then following the natural line of the eyebrow. I personally never go overboard with it unless a client asks me to, but I always like to start off with the back end and then lightly touching up in the front just to make sure it all blends well together. Always remember to use light strokes so you're not adding too much product all at once, and to brush out any mistakes you have. Now I get questions about this all the time about why I use lash glue to hold down the eyebrows. Personally, I feel like it really helps make the eyebrows look so clean and put together. You should definitely give it a try. Now, taking the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in the shade Tan Sand, I'm going to carefully draw out her brows. As you can see, I like to do my stuff in sections instead of just in one big swoop, just to make sure that every detail of the brows sticks out. For my girls with acne scarring, this is the technique that I use on myself and that I've used on my clients with the same issue. I like to personally spot treat every area where there's a dark mark, let it sit, then I go in with the setting spray and then blend it out effortlessly before I apply the foundation. After spot treating with concealer, I like to use some setting spray just to freshen up the concealer so that it's easier to blend out. Using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, I am going to apply her foundation to her chin, cheeks, and forehead, and then outline the top part of her eyebrows. I like to use this technique to make sure I don't apply too much foundation to the face and to make sure that the face is not cakey. When blending out foundation, I make sure I don't blend under the eyes. I personally feel like blending under the eyes makes it look more cakey, so I leave those areas open. When you are blending, make sure you blend down the neck, to the ears, and to the hairline. Everything must be blended. For the concealer, we are using the same shade that we used for the eyebrows. I personally like to apply the concealer to the inner corner of the eye, outer corner, to the temple, and then to the chin. I always use minimal amounts of concealer so that it's never too much on the face. After applying the main concealer, I apply a darker shade of concealer as a bronzer and then blend it out into the hollows of her cheeks, the top of her forehead, and wherever else it would be naturally bronze. I also like to let the concealer sit for a minute just to make sure that it's tacky, and then I go in and I blend out the edges of the concealer first, then push it into the corners of her eyes. When blending out the concealer on the forehead and the chin, use an outwards motion instead of just staying in the same place. Always make sure that you're moving just the way that I am on video. Taking the Onesize Beauty setting powder, I'm going to use a powder puff to blend that into the face. Always remember to blend out the rest of your concealer and set with a powder puff. Using the setting spray from earlier, I used that to make sure that the rest of the face is not chalky looking and not cakey, and getting rid of any excess powder. And going in with the Juvias Place Bronzing Duo, I absolutely love this both for just bronzing and also for contouring detailing. I absolutely love how it has a wide variety of colors for all of my clients for every shade. Just look how pretty it is on her skin. Going in with the Juvias Place Blush Duo, I'm using that to just bring some blush to her face and to make her look super natural and sun-kissed. Now, I know this is unusual for some people, but instead of using a lip pencil, I love to use eyeshadow palettes, specifically the Juvias Place, the Chocolates palettes. I love using this for a brown nude lip on all of my clients, and it's very effortless and easier to work with rather than pencils. Remember, when doing lips, there's never any right or wrong way to do your lips. I personally like to overline the lips to make it look a bit bigger, but if a client suggests that they want it smaller or to just fit their natural lips, I always follow that. I personally like to do a brown lip on every natural look I do because it looks so good together. And remember, any mistakes you make with your lips, you can always go back and clean it up with concealer. For the lipstick, I like to use this pink lipstick from Essence. It's really affordable and the color is just so pretty and bright and goes perfect with nudes. For the setting spray, I like to use the Revolution Superfix setting spray. It's a perfect dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Definitely try it out. And for the highlighter, I like to use the Juvias Place highlighter. As you all can see, the look was given what it had to give. I hope you all enjoyed this look and enjoyed watching the video. Stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you guys later.